In this video, we're going to talk about terrains in Unreal Engine 5. So basically, you can sculpt them out from a flat surface, how you can model them using different landscape tools, and also how you can import height maps. So if you don't want to use any landscape modeling tools, you just want to create a height map, or you just want to import a ready-made height map, you can just do that and take care of the landscape in just a click. So this one here is the vehicle template. So I'm going to run a simulation real quick, just to show you that once you create your landscape, you can test it just by moving around, or if you use this template, you can test your landscape with this nice car, so you can like explore the level. So I'm just gonna try to go here. So, okay, now be careful not to like get stuck or things like that, just as I did. So I'm just trying to move this. Okay, so you can see that collisions are there, so you can test the collisions and the quality. Just gonna try to pass this really narrow point, and there you go. So this is my landscape, and this one here I have imported using a height map that I got free from Wikipedia. So CC0 height map. I'm gonna show you where you can get it, and just gonna go there and explore my landscape using this nice vehicle. Okay, that's just an example. You can see there I went into that like canyon or like river thing. So I started from this one here. So you can get this just by launching Unreal Engine 5. You will find it here in the game section. This is the vehicle template, and I've just created this without any starter content or ray tracing or anything, just a standard vehicle template. And also this blank one has this huge landscape set up for you. If you want to just get there and start to model, this is excellent. So this will be the blank template. You can see there is not really, it's not really empty. You have these hills on the horizon. You can move up using the AWSD keys. When you move and you use the right mouse to move around, if you scroll your wheel, you're gonna increase or decrease your speed. So if you have a really large map, you can move, hold your right mouse, scroll the wheel, and you're gonna get faster and faster, so you can see the expansions of this. So this is really extended, it's really huge. So each one of these surfaces here has been sculpted using the landscape tools. So this is really big, could be also overwhelming, so you can just hide everything. So if I select all my, you can see everything falls into this landscape group, and this is usually what is gonna be created when you create a new landscape. And also if we go here into world settings and we look for partition, world partition, you can see that these are like streamed, so you can activate or deactivate the streaming of the different layers or landscapes. Now what I'm gonna do, just to make this a little bit easier and less heavy, I'm gonna select all these pieces. Okay, so I just want to use one, so I'm gonna use only that one right there. So I can just right click and go to visibility, and you can show only selected. You have the option right there. It's not visible now in the screen, but you will find it on the right. Show only selected. So this is only gonna show that one. There you go. You can do that also by turning off those layers. And also we need some lighting here, otherwise we won't see anything. So you can just open the sample and start to sculpt. When you need to start, I think this is a good idea to study and test and experiment with the landscape tools. Now the first thing, when you select this one here, you see you have in the details, you have information about this surface. So you can see here the component resolution, the component count, the component subsection, vertices, landscape count. So you have, let's say, a bunch of information here. And also when you create a surface, it's gonna ask you how you want to create that surface, and these are basically those settings that you're gonna insert at the beginning. And well, you have some other stuff here like materials and things like that, but at the moment we're gonna concentrate on the modeling and sculpting part. You can see here you have collisions, type of collisions that you're using, and so on. So let's get started to model and have fun. So I'm gonna go here into the modes, and I'm gonna switch from the select mode into the landscape mode. This is the panel that you need to sculpt, and you can just go right inside there because this is already a surface placed for you, so you just need to go here and start to sculpt. Now the first one you see here is sculpt. So this is the main tool, and you can increase the strength just as we saw with the sculpting tools earlier. So you can see there, just like if you are using a brush, you can start to sculpt around. Now the first thing you can play with is the brush size. If you want to have a larger brush, like to create heels, and also the strength. So you can increase the strength, increase the size, and start to sculpt around these like little hills and mountains. Now, just as in other situations in the sculpting part of the polymodeling section that we saw in the previous video, you can start with the really large elements and then go into detail. So you can gather real near and decrease the brush, decrease the strength, and just go there and define the details. Now, what you can do is you can just click with the left mouse to use the brush on the surface, but if you hold the shift key, it's gonna go the other way. So it's gonna like push the polygons inside instead of pulling them upwards outside. So if I hold this, I can create like a river or a canyon. There you go. So I'm just gonna try to do here kind of a river. Then you can go back and forward, change the intensity of the brush and the size. So I'm gonna just decrease the strength, decrease the brush size, try to sculpt things around here. And this is just the first tool that we're using, and look at that, we're already getting some nice effect, either for like things that are in relief and things that are like carved out in the surface. So tool strength, brush size, brush fall off. This is also interesting. So let's increase this. And if I increase the fall off, you can see I have a really soft brush. So I can create softer heels and softer surface modeling. So if I hold the shift key, I can go the other way again. There you go. So let's create some really soft heels around here, and I can also increase the height of those in the background. If I take this really high, it's gonna take everything up. So it's like I am creating, oh, this is too much. I'm gonna go back, Control Z. So I want to increase that part, and then slowly this is gonna like get there. So you can see how I can affect large areas by changing these sides. And also fall off is really important. If you have a really low fall off, it's gonna create like straight edged surfaces like that. Now, if you want to do things like that, like to create a canyon or like some really strange thing in the surface, you can also fix that by using the